Hi, I'm Jan, this is the AcaLounge, and this is what it looked like when we filmed the Dua Lipa video. And now we're gonna go to the computer and I'm gonna show you exactly how it's done in visual effects. In this tutorial I will go through the basics of the green screen effect and explain how we used it to create this music video. If you haven't seen the video yet, please check it out, the link is in the description and the info bar. Here we are in Vegas Pro 16, the video editing program I use for my a cappella projects. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to assume that you already know the basics of how to use an editing program. If not, let us know in the comments and click the subscribe button and we will get to that in a later video. You probably know what a green screen is and what that effect can do. Every Twitch streamer, news show and weather forecast relies on it. And to a much larger extent that you probably realize, so does basically every TV show. In the simplest possible terms, here is what happens. You pick a color and that color becomes transparent. So whatever is layered behind or below that video clip is showing through. The effect is named after the color that is most often used for this, since we as people tend to use it less often in our clothes and decorations. Green. If you were to use a color that is present somewhere else in the shot, like if a news anchor wears a green tie, then that becomes transparent as well. Usually then, this effect is used to place a person or shot into a different backdrop, often CGI animated like in weather forecasts. But you can of course get more creative with this. So first, let's see how to actually set this effect. The technique used to achieve a green screen effect is actually called Chroma Keying. Here I am adding the effect plugin Chroma Keying to a clip of our black chandelier video. As the backdrop in this video is black, I'm creating a key for that color. In video editing, a key can refer to a set of values describing how big a selection is. So we are basically selecting a range of colors, most often green. I use the Show Mask Only function to work on this key and then check the result by creating a compositing child track to which I add the backdrop I want to place myself in. To help separate the colors or make the color I'm keying for more uniform, it helps to play around with color correction and brightness and contrast. The art then is to manipulate the key so that it reduces negative effects, like the green screen being visible at the fringes of the selection or behind a person's hair. This is called bleed and makes the effect less believable. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that for our purpose. In our Dua Lipa video, we didn't want to create a different backdrop. Instead, we wanted to create a blacklight effect showing dancing figures. To achieve this, we bought ourselves green paint and sticky tape, and instead of placing it behind the subject, we placed it on our clothes. Now we can again activate the setting to show only the mask and invert all colors. This means that the shapes of our green objects, like the glasses and the tape, are transparent, but everything else has been blacked out. Now, this would look weird with a backdrop that stays in place, but putting only a solid color behind our clip, our brain will not see it as a backdrop behind a dancer, but as a change in color. This already gives us the result we want, and for now let's call this a dance figure track. However, if we want to place multiple dancers close to each other, we stumble upon a problem. Even though we can't see it on a black background, the blacked out part of each track can overlay and disturb the next track. To fix this, we need to go one level deeper and change the compositing method. So we create an empty video track and make all our dance figure tracks its children. Then we set the compositing method to lighten, which, instead of just overlaying each track on top of each other, will only add those parts of each track that are brighter than all of the ones before. This means the black edges no longer overlay the brighter colors of lower tracks. And we're done. Now just a bit of bloom and added effects to make the colors come alive and we have our dancing figures. So now, as a bonus, let's look at what the Dua Lipa video looked like without the effect, so you can get an idea of how we filmed it.
I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything can stop me, don't show up, don't show up, don't come up, don't come up, don't stop caring about me now.
I hope you had a good laugh seeing how this looked before we applied the effect, because we sure had a laugh making that video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and if not, see you next time.